I read somewhere where you said if you weren't a writer, then you would like to be a lighthouse keeper.
Yeah, that was the plan.
That's a bit of an isolated job.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to be. I remember when I was young, young man, adolescent, and I, for some reason, was really concerned about what I was going to be when I grew up. And I loved to read from a young age, but I hadn't really put it together that maybe I would like to write. And I just was really concerned about it. What am I going to do when I grow up? In a way that my friends weren't necessarily concerned about it. And then at a certain point, I hit upon being a lighthouse keeper, and it was such a relief to know that I'd finally found my place in the world. And then it was explained to me that lighthouse keepers don't really exist anymore. Or if they do, it's very hard to become one. It's not like there's just empty lighthouses waiting for lighthouse keepers to come along. So then I had to change. So this is writing is my second dream.
Other than lighthouses are automated, so I became a writer.
Plan B. I'll write novels.
I read somewhere where someone said about you, if I may, a high school dropout who never took a writing course or went to college doesn't just stumble on a discarded history book and write a prize-winning novel. It's almost like they're arguing the authorship of Shakespeare. So is that you?
Am I a high school dropout
who just stumbled upon?
I was so close to graduating high school, though, that I almost feel bad saying it. I mean, I was really in the home stretch, and it was just shy of the diploma, and they said, "You're not quite there. You have to do a year over." So I went to night school for about a week and a half, and then I dropped out of night school. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew that I wanted to write books, and so being ignorant to the ways of the world and not knowing that there was a thing, you could take writing in college, MFAs, I was so far removed from the thought of higher education, and I was a terrible student in high school, and I didn't particularly want to go back go to college. I thought you were supposed to just go out into the world and read a lot and have adventures and then write about them. So I dropped out of night school.
So where does this come from? This desire to be a writer, or where did it come from?
Well, reading, reading books in a way that I think was probably beyond the level of interest that maybe a normal reader would experience. My father gave me books, and I loved them in a way that it became obsessive for me, and I just admired the men and women that I was reading so much, and it seemed a positive way to spend your days, sitting around and inventing stories to share with strangers. It just seemed like a good idea.